Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have an amazing guest joining me at this time, and I'm super excited to chat with her. Stitched Up Heart has been very busy recently. They have an upcoming tour with Escape the Fate starting on August 31st. Plus, they're releasing a brand new album entitled To the Wolves on September 1st. Please welcome Mixi from Stitched Up Heart.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I know I appreciate the interview. Again, as I said before this interview, it's been a very long time since I've seen you, so it's nice to chat with you.
Yeah, 2019. Man, think about how long ago. That's like 4 years ago. And it's not like we haven't been doing anything. It's kind of weird because I think 2 of those years don't count. And we even toured in 2021. It's just been crazy.
It had, I think, honestly, since like the pandemic happened, like my sense of time for everything has just been like out the window. Just like I don't know like how long stuff has actually been until I think about it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think everybody's feeling that one.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So now, as I said in the intro, we got quite a bit to discuss. You got the upcoming tour with Escape the Fate. You have the new album To the Wolves coming out very soon. So I did want to talk about the new album To the Wolves. From the singles I've heard off the album, it sounds darker than Darkness, which kind of funny how I said that sentence, but it is true. It has a darker vibe to it. So like, was it a different writing and recording process for To the Wolves compared to Darkness?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is like a total like the Darkness album. We were trying to throw paint and figure out what we were going to do next, and it was our sophomore record, and we were following it up from the Never Alone record that did so good at like radio and stuff, and better than we anticipated. So we had a lot of pressure, and so we wrote like 70 tracks for that record, which was only a 10-11 song record, I think. So this record, we've only written 15 or so for it because I think we were all on the same page at the very beginning of what we wanted to do. So being able to like all be on the same page, I knew I wanted to scream more. I knew I wanted some more guitar riffs. I was definitely missing some of the heavier elements on the Darkness album. I think there was a lot of electronics, and we were more focused on the vocal melodies over the heavy guitar riffs. So I think this record, we just didn't hold back, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Again, from what I've listened to, it's heavier, it's darker. You definitely scream a lot more, which I really enjoy in the new set of music off the new album. It was funny. I was talking to one of my friends who like hasn't listened to your new music yet. He's like, "Oh, Mixi screams in the new stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you should really check it out."
Yeah, it's weird because we're actually kind of going back to our roots, Is This the Way You Get to Hell was one of the first songs we did, and right off the bat, I was screaming. But I just got a little bit hesitant on screaming just for my vocal cords and on the last record, and I held back. But this time I was just like, you know what? If they're gonna go, they're gonna go. I'm just gonna try to do it like the proper way, I guess, of screaming. But yeah, it's so much fun, and it's really easy for me to do, which is strange. It's actually easier for me to scream than sing. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I really like being able to just let loose and yeah.
Oh no, for sure. And going along with the scream, like, how did you did you like develop that? How did you work on that to just scream more?
Well, when we first started the band, originally I didn't plan to scream because I didn't know I could. And when we were at rehearsals, I would write the songs and I would scream the parts that I wanted somebody else to scream to like show them this is where the screams go. And then I realized, oh, I can do this. I was just going to sing and have a screamer, So So then we just kind of like ran with that. And recently with this record, I definitely have been listening to a lot more heavy music. Um, our guitar player is super into like death metal and black metal and like all that. So I'm like opening up all of this like new world, I feel like, to me. So I practice a lot with like screaming and trying to match a scream that I hear. Kind of like if you hear a cat meow and you try to like meow exactly like the cat and talk back to it, but instead with screaming.
I like the analogy. As a cat owner, I like the analogy.
Yeah, or even a dog if you're a dog person, because somebody's like, ew, cats. But you know, if your dog talks to you, you try to understand and try to talk back in dog language.
That's a fantastic. I was not expecting that analogy. I understand what you mean with that, and no, it's
Yeah.
just really cool how you guys are like really. I feel like Darkness. I think laid the groundwork for a lot of stuff, and you guys just really turned it to 11 with to the Wolves.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. Wait till you hear the rest of it.
Well, that's actually a good segue to the next question I did want to ask, and the three singles that have been released so far, is that like a good indication of like how the rest of the album is going to sound?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Our producer, Mitchell Marlowe, he did about half of the record for Never Alone with us. We didn't use him on the last album, but he has this signature sound that it just is cohesive and consistent. So even if we try something completely different music wise, when he's producing it, it still sounds like it still makes sense. There's only one song on the record that he didn't do, and you'll be able to tell.
Right on, right. I mean, I
Like
can.
this doesn't sound the same as the rest of it, which so you know, it's pretty easy. But yeah, Mitchell Marlowe, he's an amazing producer.
Oh no, right. I've noticed definitely the production difference. I'm not like Darkness sounded bad at all, but you can definitely tell. As I said, you guys have really elevated your sound and your style with the new set of music.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I guess you gotta just keep growing, right? Like evolving and pushing the boundaries, because otherwise it just gets boring. And as an artist, you want to like push yourself in your creativity. And so I think that's what this one was about. How heavy can we go? How much can I scream? Like uh, the lyrical content for each album's a little different because I'm in a different headspace by the time we write that. So the first record, we just got signed and we had been a band for 5 years trying to like do it ourselves, and there was a light at the end of the tunnel and everything's going to be okay. And the second record was like, shit, everything isn't okay, and we're back here again. And so there was a lot of introspective, like, you know, emotional stuff, which I think was worked well for a pandemic. And then this record was just like out for blood. I'm just ready to get back out there and just tear shit apart.
Oh no, you definitely tell. And again, like as the years have evolved, I think many people have kind of felt that. Everything's going. Like I remember talking to a lot of people in like end of 2019, beginning of 2020, like, oh yeah, 2020 is going to be my year. And then pandemic happened, and we haven't done anything for 2 or 3 years. And now we're kind of getting back and like, hey, we're back, and now we're out for blood. We want to have fun, that kind of stuff.
I feel like every year it's like, it's going to be my year. And then you're like, oh, that wasn't my year. That was not the year I was anticipating.
Oh, I feel that's why I stopped saying after 2020. I'm like, you know what? If I'm still alive at the end of the year, like that'll be a good year for me.
That's a win. A win is a win.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. But I did want to highlight the title track to the Wolves. That was the first song I heard off the new album, and it features Craig from Escape the Fate. And how did that feature come about?
So we have the same management, Powerline Management, manages Escape, Butcher Babies, Gemini Syndrome, Lacey Stir and Flyleaf, just a really awesome team of people and bands that we have on the same team. And slowly we've kind of been introduced to the guys, and Kevin Thrasher, who's the guitar player, he's a producer as well. He does like stuff with Machine Gun Kelly. He just did Gwen Stefani's record or new song. So he's done a lot of stuff, and he had a couple days open to do a writing session, a couple songs, and we wrote to the Wolves in like 2 hours. It was the fastest, like structurally, like the verse, the pre, and the chorus was already done. As far as like the lyrics go and the vocal melodies, and then I just came back the second day and did some harmonies, and I think we added some stuff to the bridge, and then we were talking about doing features. I love collaborating with other artists, and I was like, it would be perfect if we just got Craig on this one, because it's like already Kevin, and then we can just be like Escape the Fate and Stitched Up Heart combined. And so I asked our manager to ask Craig, and he's like, he just did like all these features, like he's probably not going to say yes. And then he said yes, and I was like, sweet. So then he was like, yeah, and I'll do a video, and I'll take you guys out on tour. And I was like, oh my God, you're like the shit, dude.
No, it's awesome, and especially like his style with meshes with your style and Stitched Up Heart style very well for that song. And it just honestly, so far the music I've listened to, that's my favorite off To the Wolves. It's a hard hitting track, and both you and Craig sound amazing on it, and it's really cool. And I'm glad it worked out very well for you guys.
It's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that we do have a similar voice. I'm just a female, and I didn't realize that until after he had already sang his parts, and Randy was like, okay, so when is he gonna do his singing? And I was like, what do you mean? He's on the song. So I actually like made his vocals more prominent throughout the song, because like Randy couldn't even tell that it was him, but that's our bass player, and that's, bass players. But so I guess we just have kind of a similar tone.
Yeah, because I had to listen to it I think twice, second or third listen, and go, okay, I can tell, I can start to distinguish where your voice is and his voice is, because it is sort of similar.
It's so similar, and I didn't even know that. That's cool. I like to sound like a dude.
I'm going to transition.
I'll take it. I'll take close to Craig Mabbitt's voice any day.
For sure, it's definitely a very, very high compliment. And again, you guys just sounded so good together on To the Wolves. But that does lead me to the upcoming tour, because you guys are going to be supporting Escape the Fate starting on August 31st. There we go. So what can people expect from this tour with you guys, Escape the Fate, I believe Drugs, North Point, and Gonzi as well? What can people expect?
I do know that, we'll be playing, half of our set will be some of the new songs, and half of it will be Off Darkness and Never Alone. We have a 25-minute set, so make sure you get there early or you'll miss it. And then I do know that Escape the Fate has some crazy production, and I'm really excited because I haven't even gotten to see them live. I've never seen them live before. So I think this is all going to be great. I've heard such awesome things about like Point North and Garzi. I think I saw Garzi on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. Like, I think Travis Barker was playing drums for him. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was him. And Drugs is really good too. So it's going to be just a stacked lineup.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry, Garz. I mispronounced her name, but yes, no. All those
I might be saying it wrong. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, I can only go off what my notes say, but no, it's gonna be awesome. I've seen Escape the Fate with Falling in Reverse. I believe that was 2019, like right before the world shut down, something like that. It was awesome show. They bring a lot of energy. They sound good, and if they're adding more production to everything they do, I bet it's gonna be amazing.
Very excited about it. Yeah.
So I do hope you at least get to see that you're gonna be on a whole tour with them. Plus, you're playing Blue Ridge along this tour as well.
Yes, this will be our second time on Blue Ridge Rock Fest. It's just such a fun, like, I've met the owner, and he's super, super chill. He's so smart. Like, he didn't expect this thing to be as big as it got. So he's just, he was just, like, trying to put out fires constantly because like all these massive bands, and there's such a lineup that, I think that he didn't realize how big it was going to get. So it's super cool to to kind of pick his brain and like, how did you do that? His marketing is just genius. And yeah, so I'm super excited for that one. Last time we opened up the stage for Rob Zombie, like the very first band, and like John Five's pedal board and all his stuff was like on the side of the stage. And our guitar player like loves John Five. So he was just like, I'm putting my pedal board on his pedal board or whatever it was. I don't know I think it was his Kemper or something like that. But he's just like, that's so cool. And then this time it's Evanescence. So I've never seen Evanescence live either. So it's going to be awesome. And then Five Fingers on that day as well. So I love all those guys as well. So it's going to be fun.
That is a stacked day with all those bands. You know, the whole, well, it's almost turned into a week now. I think that's 4 days now or something like that. I forgot how many actual days it is, but they keep adding more to it every year, and they keep growing and growing. It's really cool to see like where it started to like where they've really evolved to like nowadays.
It's huge, yeah. Yeah, we're on the first day, so nobody's gonna be. Hopefully, well, I hope that they're drunk already. We sound better if you're drunk. but I'll be hyped up on Monster Energy, so I'll be ready to go, and I'm just so looking forward to it.
Oh no, for sure. I do got just a few more questions, and then we're wrapping this up. First off, favorite flavor of Monster Energy for you?
Oh, I have this pink one. Strawberry Dreams is my favorite right now. I got the Tor water. I just went to Monster, so I absolutely love their Javas, their Java coffee stuff. I have it every single morning when we're on tour because it's just super easy to just pop open a can and get started for the day. So, but I am really loving the Strawberry Dream.
Very nice, very nice. Had to get that in there real quick because I know before the interview you said you've already stocked up on it, so I was just curious.
Yeah.
So now I know. Last question. Let me wrapping this up. So you've had a feature with Sully from Godsmack on Darkness. Now you've had Craig from Escape the Fate. Is there anyone else you have in mind for like future features on Stitched Apart songs?
I have a ton of people in mind. I want to do features with everyone. Like, I want to collaborate with a lot of people. I actually think you have a guest coming on later today that there is a collaboration in the process of, but.
Okay. I can put the piece together for that, and I can't wait. Yeah.
I think Danny Elfman. I want to collaborate with Danny Elfman.
Right on. Well, I was just curious along with that one, but the one the first one you talk about, I definitely looking forward to that one. All right.
Fun one.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So what is kind of like, obviously we have the upcoming tour Escape the Fate, you got the new album To the Wolves dropping soon. Like, what's kind of like the rest of this year looking like, and early 2024 looking like for Stitched Apart?
Oh, we just want to play. I want to be out there as much as possible. I want all the festivals. I want all the tours. Like, I want to, get out of the country. There's so many places that we need to see. So, there's nothing I can really discuss yet, but yeah, we just want to be out on the road. We do plan to do a headliner run at some point next year because we haven't done a headliner since 2017. It's long overdue. And now that we have like 3 whole albums, it'll be we'll have enough material.
Well, that sounds awesome. I know I haven't seen you guys since 2019, so I definitely look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully at some point, a headline tour would be amazing. So hopefully it happens at some point. Oh,
it will. It has to. We have to, kind of prove our worth in a sense. I honestly don't really like headlining. I just really like to play and then go out and kind of chill and watch the bands and like hang out. And like, I'm also like an early bird, so I don't really like to stay up too late. So like, oh, we got to go on at 10:30, but I'm in bed like by 9:30 when I'm home. So yeah. But the cool thing about headlining is that a lot of the people already know who you are, so it's not like they're like, get off the stage, I want to see the other bands. Like, they already like know all your words and all of that stuff, which is super interesting to see the difference, you know. So we are looking forward to actually seeing that side of things again.
Oh no, for sure. There's definitely pros and cons with the headlining versus just supporting and stuff. And honestly, I've been to a lot of shows where like the headliners don't start till like midnight, and I still have to drive like 2 hours home. So I totally feel you.
Yeah, our headliner will be like afternoon shows. No, I'm just kidding. We have to be in bed by 8.
Yep, doors open at 1, show starts at 2:00 now.
Yeah. Oh man, lame. I'm so lame.
Well, I think that is a great way to wrap up this interview. Last thing, where are the best places to find Stitched Up Heart online?
StitchedUpHeart.com. We have pre-orders for sale. We have pre-order bundles. I just signed like 500 posters yesterday. So there's a lot of stuff, and you can find all our tickets, bands in town, all that stuff. We're everywhere. YouTube, new videos, all the things. Well, LA traffic, man, it's crazy. You have no idea what's happening around the car. Like, there's at least 5 homeless people that have tried to ask for money since I've been sitting here.
Wow, I've never been to LA. I haven't left the Midwest really. I live in Indiana, and there's definitely nothing like. I mean, not as much. I would say
you're not missing much.
Yeah. So I will be wrapping this up. I'll let you go. I hope you'll get home safe and no incidents along the way. But please check out and support Stitched Up Heart. See them live when you can. New tour starts August 31st. New album To the Wolves drops September 1st. Links for all that stuff will be in the description of this podcast. Mixi, I had a great time hanging out with you. Thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me and taking the time and chatting with me.
Of course, for Mixi of Stitched Up Heart, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.